My mom told me if I had nothing nice to say it about people in guitar forums. She knew they could find stupid ways to ask questions when given the chance. Here is my top 10 things people have asked in guitar forums and why I think they're just trolling or incredibly lazy right to their core. Number 1, has anyone ever played a katana? How many times have you seen, has anyone ever? And then it's like, yeah, there's thousands of them out there. So, yep, somebody has played one. And don't you ever want to just answer it that way? Yes, someone has played one. Why ask a question like that? What is the response you're looking for? I played one, I liked it. I played one, I loved it. Did you buy one? And you're expecting people to go, oh, yes, your purchase was so good that I want to tell you, you did a fantastic job. So, I mean, the asker of the question expects a well-formed answer, but your question couldn't be more vague. I mean, what do you want to know? Are you trying to compare the decision to buy a katana to another amp? Are you trying to play certain kinds of music? Are you in a band setting? Are you not in a band setting? What kind of music you're trying to play? What is your practice situation? What's your budget? Which one? There are several katana amplifiers. Which one are you looking to buy? All this stuff tells me that that person is lazy and doesn't really deserve a decent answer. And ask a decent question. Number 2, I want to buy a new guitar. Which one should I get? Are you serious? Did you just ask, which one should I get? I don't know you. I mean, are you asking only the people you know? If you're asking the people you know, why aren't you asking on your regular Facebook page? Why are you asking people who don't know you? They're just going to recommend their favorite guitar. And you're going to get answers from everything from, I got a Geo for $75 used from a friend, and I've been playing it for 10 years. And, well, there's nothing better than my $10,000 custom Les Paul or custom shop Fender Stratocaster. The question is too vague. Again, where are you going with this? What kind of music you're playing? What are you doing with it? It's so ridiculous that I just want to reach through and ask the person, how lazy are you? You do know there are several keys on a keyboard. Use them. Okay, so number 3. Which color should I get? This gets asked all of the time. When you look behind me, I have several guitars in different colors. And are any of them in exactly the color I want? Yep. But sometimes it just worked out that way. I mean, you look at my Cherry 335, and I got that color because that was the one I liked. I'm not going to base my decision solely on color. Otherwise, I'm playing a guitar I hate, but man, is it nice looking. I wonder what that is like, if you get my drift, outside of the guitar community. So let's look at things that you can control. Now, believe it or not, there was a time when if you didn't like the color, you just stripped it and painted it whatever you wanted. There's that option. So do what you want, but don't let the color get in your way. That's number 1. And number 2, I don't know what your favorite color is. Do you like chartreuse? Salmon? Are you a red person? Some people hate red guitars. I don't know. I can't tell you. And I can't, and why do you care? Will I ever see you play it? Seriously? Are you going to get on the forum every day? Oh, Jim, you loved this color, so I have to show you how well I'm doing with it. No, you don't care. I helped a guy save $600 on a guitar a few months ago through a purchase. Hey, thanks for helping me out. That's the last I heard from the guy. I think. I don't think I've ever heard from him again. Well, so what? Number 4. What is the best amp slash guitar slash pedal? What is the best? I don't know. I don't know. You know, you've got people that love Les Pauls. You've got people that love SGs. You've got people that love 335s. You've got people that love Strats. You've got people that love Tellys. What is the best guitar? I don't know. Are you a country player? Are you a rock player? Are you a blues player? I just had a conversation with a friend, and I asked him the same question that David asked me. He said to me, because he just happened to ask me the same question I asked David. I said, thinking about buying a Telly. And David goes, who's your favorite Telly player? And I went, and so I asked my friend, who's your favorite Telly player? You know what he told me? Same thing I told David. Hold on. I don't know. Because in all reality, there is no favorite Telly player that I have. I mean, and the truth of the matter is, do I really need to buy a Telecaster? Do I really need yet another guitar? Which leads, into the amplifier thing. What's the best amp? It's the one that works for you in the situation you're in. If all you have is the ability to put on headphones and play through them, get one that works. It's not going to be hi-fi anyway. You're always going to be lacking something. I love that these people sit around and they tout. I have a Spark right there. I mean, they tout the Spark, or they tout the Katana, or they tout this one or that one. It's like there's always going to be something it lacks. It can't be perfect. So just get one and be done with it. It's not aggravating to me that people can't make up their minds about that. It aggravates me that they think that there is a right answer. There is no right answer. It is the one that works for you. And because the question is so lazy, I don't want to go through the work of answering the question. What's the best pedal? What are you trying to do? Are you playing in a church setting? Are you trying to sound more like another instrument? Are you looking for a wah sound? Are you looking for a delay sound? If you're looking for a delay, what kind of delay? Slap back? I don't know. All the echoes are different. Do you have a big pedal board? Do you want a small pedal board? Do you have a power supply? Are you going to bring 9-volt batteries? There's so many questions, so many things that don't get answered. And that leads me to number 5. Is that guitar really worth the price? Yes. Yes, it was. You paid it. You were willing to give that money. We trade our money for goods and services. That's what we do. That's how spending and receiving works. You can't just go to the store and take the one home you want and not pay for it. And you're going to pay what the market value will bear, or you are willing to pay. Now, I do this all the time, by the way. I'll reach out to a friend and I'll say, thinking of buying this particular guitar. Is this what the market bears? And then that friend will answer that question. But that isn't the same as when I go and ask someone in a more broad sense. Are Stratocasters really worth this much money? Is an American Stratocaster really worth more than a made in Mexico or a classic vibe? Who knows? What are you willing to spend? What are you willing to give for it? How many hours, if your day, week, year, set of years is worth that instrument? That's the question you have to ask. Not me. I can't answer that question. Another one. What is the easiest song to learn? Really? So I'm 5'7". I have a lot of friends that are 6 feet and over. If I was to ask them what their favorite sport was, it might be different from a sport that I enjoy playing, because they probably like to play sports that involve being taller because they're better at it. And so when it's the what is the easiest song to learn question, there may be people who have different opinions of this song or these songs and what is easy to them. Again, you have to put the perspective in. I've been playing for 3 months. I only know 3 chords. Instead of, well, I know 12 chords. These are the chords I know. Here's where I would like to be able to apply them. But that can't be done if you're not doing this. You're not asking a question and formulating your question. It's kind of silly. Which leads me to number 7. This is one I just copied and pasted. Guys, seriously wondering so much that I decided to launch a question here. I see a lot of picks with gorgeous Les Pauls, but many Marshall DSL 20 or even 40 plugged in a bedroom. I'm not sure who's putting those in a bedroom, but that's a lonely bedroom, kind of like mine. Where do you play this thing? At home? Seriously? With neighbors? I am in the process of getting a DSL myself, but just about every store I discussed with recommended nothing bigger than a 1 to 5 watt tube head with maybe a good cabinet for normal home playing. What's the point of having a 40 watt at home when you can't go beyond 3 on a normal volume? And this guy didn't even provide his own situation, which I have to assume is 1 to 5 watts because that was what he was given for as a recommendation. But then again, he might not have told the store person what he needed. Are you playing with your friends? You're not playing with your friends? 1 watt can get up pretty loud, but do you want to have clean high end? Do you not care about clean high end? Do you not care about where it breaks up, where it compresses? These are questions that, honestly, if I was the salesperson, I would have asked. But again, this person obviously has no idea why someone like me would have a 40 watt or 200 watt amplifier in a room that's only 11 by 11. And there may be reasons. First of all, I do crank it pretty damn loud. So to make the assumption that I don't turn it up past 3, that's a bad assumption. If you look there, that thing's set for 4 right now, and that's only because I turned it down to do some tweaking. I normally have it set for 6 or 7. And the Marshall, that's set at 9 o'clock or at 3 o'clock, which is pretty big. It's pretty high. So don't make the assumption I'm playing with your volume levels and my needs are the same as yours, because they're not. Okay. This gets into our next question, which is, how is my playing? So many times people post stuff to the internet and ask, how is my playing? First of all, that's a loaded question, because if you being the listener, give an honest answer, whether you liked it or didn't like it. If you have any criticism, it's taken the wrong way. In these days of easily hurt feelings, I stay away from these things like the plague. Because when I grew up, my parents, my relatives, were all seriously very open and honest with me. And I would rather have open and honest. I would rather have somebody say, you were off key, or your timing was bad, or you didn't play these notes correctly, or you were, whatever, than, oh, it was really good. You were really good. And I see this all the time. I go to an open mic and I'll see people, and they golf clap for the same person who does the same song every week in the same crappy way. And I think to myself, didn't you see that person last week? Didn't you hear their playing? Didn't you recognize where they fell apart? And can't we have a conversation, an open and honest conversation where feelings just get dropped? Because facts don't care about your feelings. And while music is subjective, if you're going to ask my opinion, then my opinion becomes fact because you asked for it. Just saying. Which strings should you use? Believe it or not, I see people post that all the time. What strings should I use? I don't even know what kind of guitar you've got. I don't know how long you've been playing. I don't know what kind of music you play. Again, we get to where a person is asking a question, but they're not giving any context. If you're a metal player and you're turning down, you might need bigger strings, heavier strings. And what brand? I'll tell you, oh God, brands are it's like asking whether you think a Porsche is better than a some other sports car. I'm not a sports car guy. I probably shouldn't have gone down that road because I got no idea. How about a Remington is better than a Smith & Wesson? Or when it comes to handguns, a Glock is better than a Colt. That's up to you. And it's really your decision based on the needs you have. Because to be honest, you've got to be able to come up with an answer, okay? But that answer that I'm trying to give you is based on my needs. You're not asking based on your needs. You're asking based on my needs. So you're going to get my response. Number 10, how many guitars is too many guitars? And other such original jokes. Okay. Obviously, this is a trolling thing. Obviously, this is oh, look at me. I'm buying another guitar. And you should really pay attention because I got another one. What are you telling me about it? What are you giving me? Other than this. Hey, I got another trophy. I mean, okay. I find this a lot. Especially in the world of what we have here. You look at my back right now. You see almost all the guitars I have. Almost. And enough that it doesn't matter. So how many is there? There's one empty hook. That's my Stratocaster. So you've got 8. That's how many? 8. 8's all I'm going to play. And to be honest with you, 1, 2, 3, 4. 335, Les Paul, SG, Strat. That's what gets played most of the time. The bass obviously gets played when I put bass lines down. And the bottom shelf, that's like any other bottom shelf. Those are the ones I pick up when I have to. I don't care. I just don't care. I could not care less how many guitars you have or how many guitars that you want to buy. Just buy it. Don't brag. I know you need somebody to pat you on the back. I got my stimulus check. What should I do with it? Save it? Pay bills? Get your mom something nice? Get your dad something nice? Get your kids something nice? Take the family on vacation? Even if it's at home? Go to dinner? I don't know what to tell you. This is such an ego stroke. I'm flabbergasted at times. So those are my top 10 dumb questions people ask in guitar forums. Hope you enjoyed it. I've been Jim, and I'm trying to be a practical guitarist.